Man, oh man, it's always a good thing when your video gets related to one of the big time YouTubers' videos. Mine just happened to be related to Charles's latest iPhone video, and you get a ton of new subscribers. So hello, new subscribers, but you also get a lot of haters, and they are difficult to deal with, and you guys know that. But I've told this to you guys before, I just ignore them all the time, but I like to comment back to everybody, so I have to think of these crazy witty ways to get back at them and to jab in the gut. Oh, and if you're a new subscriber, this is what we do here. We comment back and forth to everybody. This is one big community, and so even if you give me a bad comment, I'm still gonna talk back to you about it. Now that that's out of the way, I don't know if I ever showed you guys this, but our garden is officially gone. You can still see a little bit of mulch right there where it used to be, but now I have so many burps. It's all gone. No more. Sorry, it was all dead and overrun with bugs anyways, so. But we made wine. Man, and I was all excited for tonight too, because Jen was supposed to have off work all day today, and so we were gonna have a nice dinner and like maybe go do something together, but no. She got called into work, and so now I'm here by myself again. And I was inside, I'm like looking through the freezer at like what I could make. We were supposed to have meatloaf. It takes like an hour to make, so I'm not gonna make meatloaf, but I was looking through the... There's an ant on me, sorry. I was looking through the freezer for what I could make for myself, and I'm just looking at all this stuff. It's like all frozen chicken, and I'm like, I don't want any of that stuff, so let's go find something to eat. You guys see my neighbor right there cleaning off that John Deere tractor? Yeah, that's right. I think he bought it for us, and he's gonna sell it to us. So we're gonna have a lawnmower that will not take us 3 hours to mow the lawn. Huzzah! That'll be great, because as you guys know, nothing runs like a deer. It's a John Deere tractor. Oh, it's exciting. Have you guys ever been driving in your car or sitting at your house or anything, really, just listening to the radio, and then you hear a commercial and you think to yourself, you're like, that guy in the commercial, I feel like, or girl, whatever, I feel like I could do that. Like, I could be that guy in the commercial. That's the way that I feel, at least, because I always hear these commercials for Circle K or whatever convenience store, and they're like, hey, Paulie the and they have like this crazy voice, and I'm like, hey, I sort of have a crazy voice. I could do this. Just so long as I don't get all tongue-tied and twisted up in the middle of it, I'll do good. I know, I'm talking a lot about the radio, but I just heard this commercial for, it's a pest control company down here called Apex, and they use stock audio clips and special sound effects from a Mac computer, stuff that I could get there and make this exact sound effect. I cannot talk on Tuesdays. I did make this exact sound effect that they make, and good Lord, why can't I talk on Tuesdays? So I was successful. I now have my dinner, and I need to find some place to go to eat it, and I think I'm gonna go to this. I just don't know how I'm gonna get there. Let the adventure begin! Not so adventurous driving! Luckily for me, I am somewhere that I've never been before. But we have these little brown and white signs here in Florida that tell you where there's like a park, or holy cow! Literally, there's some cows. Look at that. I think that means that we're like way out here. Oh, brown and white signs that tell us where the recreation is, it's Tuesdays! God! Here's one of those signs. Oh, there it is, right there, next to the double yellow. So we're going this way. This is turning into another one of those occasions where we're just kind of driving around, and we are like in the middle of the woods already. Look at this. Like, where am I going? Oh, and this is the remnants of an old orange grove too. It might still be an active orange grove, but those are all orange trees. No, they can't be. They got moss all over them. They're too gross. No, and this is a good Tuesdays. This is a good palm tree farm. Palm tree farm. Well, I'm here. I don't know if this is where I'm supposed to be, but let's go have a seat next to the river and eat our sandwich. And if somebody tells us to leave, we'll leave. Ah, yes, this is quite a spot to sit and eat our lunch. Look at this crazy rickety old dock that I'm sitting on. I think I'm actually gonna go further out there. Look at all those minnows jumping away as I'm walking by. How do I know we're in Florida? Because there are airboats everywhere. If you guys don't know what an airboat is, pretty much they take a big old V8 and put a big old propeller on the end of it and stick it on a boat. Now this is more like it. That's what I call a nice picnic spot. The only problem is, this lake has got more alligators in it than any other lake around. And we're gonna sit right next to the water. Oh, with some food too. Don't you guys hate it when you forget that you're eating a delicious sub that has a lot of food? You guys hear all that? It was a bird. But don't you hate it when you're eating a delicious bready sub and you forget that every time you eat a delicious bready sub, and bready's not like full of bread is what I mean when I say bready, that you forget that you need something to drink with it or else you feel like you're choking all the time? Yeah. My car and or any sort of drink are very far away. No alligators yet, but we do have a turtle that keeps creeping closer and closer to us. So I'll try to get him on camera, but he keeps ducking under real fast every time that I like get out the camera to like zoom in on him. You know, sometimes I forget how nice a sunset can be even on a clear day when there's no... Well, yeah, here, check this out. Yeah, it's way cooler, isn't it? You guys know what you can say now? You can say that you have had a picnic next to an alligator-infested lake with a true-blooded Floridian at sunset. Leave a... I still don't think this is where we were supposed to be. Let's see if we can find that. There you go. There's your alligator for you. He's in this gross tank here. I will admit, this alligator is just a little bit bigger though. And yes, he is alive. He's alive. And what a terrible existence poor Hammy has here. Here he is, proof that he's alive. You see his jaw moving up and down? Yeah, see? Alive! So there, not only did we have a picnic outside of an alligator-infested lake at sunset, we also saw the two, I think one might have been a crocodile because it was funny colored, but two alligator-type animals that were in cages outside of a biker bar. Good times. Those brown and white signs I was so happy about certainly didn't do a very good job of taking us to the wilderness wildlife extravaganza area. Sort of. Well, I guess that was it. I guess we were in the right spot. It wasn't too much of a recreation area. That's what the sign said. It said recreation area that way. And so that's where we went and we ended up at a biker bar. Hooray, recreation. You guys got to see how big the sun is around. Let's see how good this camera is. It's staring directly into the sun. Come on, camera. Oh, it's sort of working. Yeah, look at how big that thing is. It's huge. You guys remember that time that we went on that trail and we ended up getting stuck out there in the dark and I came back through a neighborhood and I ended up going to a convenience store to get some water? That's where I went. And this is the road that I walked down in the middle of the, well, not the middle of the night, but when it was dark outside and I was trying to find my car. Feels better to be back home. It's getting dark too early outside. It's like only 7:30 and it's too dark to film outside. But now I know yesterday I told you guys that I need to get something to drink. Hold on. Oh, that's better. No, I told man, Tuesdays are ridiculous for talking. Now I know I told you guys yesterday that we were gonna try to get a P.O. box today. Jen was gonna do it while she was off of work, but as I told you guys earlier, she got called into work. So consequently, we don't have a P.O. box yet, but we're still working on it. Hopefully on Saturday. Are they open on Saturday? Maybe on Saturday we'll go down and get one. That's the only other day that both me and Jen have off during the day, during business hours for the post office, to go down there and actually do it, because we both work crazy jobs. So one of our longtime subscriber, Killzaz199, has set up a Chatango chat room for us, and we're gonna give it a try. I will be on the chat room when I'm editing the video, which will be about around 9 o'clock at night here, my time. And so come to this chat room here. Here's the website. It's the timtracker.chatango.com. And I'll put a link down here in the tracker bar. You guys like that? Down there. Yeah, new name for it, tracker bar. And we'll see how this works out. Hopefully there's not like a huge argument or something that happens in there We'll see. Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. My username on there is The Real Tim Tracker. So, if you see that, that's me talking. I don't know, I tried to do just the Tim Tracker, but maybe because the name of the page is the Tim Tracker, it wouldn't let me do that. I don't know. So it's just The Real Tim Tracker. Let's give it a try, see what happens. I'll tell you guys what, it's... when you have something like planned in your head, like, okay, Jen's gonna be home tonight, we're gonna go out and do something together, it's gonna be awesome, good times, and then it's just like right in the middle of the day, it's like, pow, change, you go this way now. It's such a killjoy, and like, just for the past half an hour, I've just been sitting here looking at YouTube, like, cause I'm checking my Twitter like 20,000 times a day, Facebook too. Whew. If you guys aren't Facebook and Twittered up, you know, tracker bar. So I was doing as many of you guys are doing, checking out the old YouTubery, and we noticed that Weezer is everywhere right now on YouTube because they got a new album coming out. I'm pretty excited about the new album. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I got to thinking, I'm like, all right, we made Partner, right? You and me, we did it. And so now it's like onward and upward. And what would we do if YouTube was like, hey, Tim, we got Weezer, we want to put him in your video. And I'm like, what would Weezer do in one of my videos? Like, they would totally just be like sitting in the backseat of my car, just like, and then we'd like go out into the middle of the woods and they'd be like, they'd all be holding their like guitars and stuff, and they'd be like, why are we in the woods? And I'd be like, look out, an alligator! And let the editing begin. Let me just check my paperwork here real quick. Nope, no names tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and now it's time to pay the price.